Hello, welcome back to another one of Paul's beer reviews. Today I've got an ale for you from Lidl, and it is another one from their Hatherwood craft beer range. This is number 4 in the range, and this is a bottle of their Rooster Ruby Ale, coming in at 3.8% ABV. It's got the signature of the head brewer from Hatherwood, Mr. Richard Frost. If you can see that there, if that focus. It's got his signature on it. Yeah, Hatherwood Craft Beer Company. They brew exclusively for Lidl stores. This stuff goes for about £1 a bottle, around £1, £1.10, £1.20 at the most. Yeah, it's cheap. Little bit of information on here. It says this Ruby Rooster Ale is a bold and proud British classic, using 100% British barley, a blend of pale, crystal and chocolate malts, delivers the delicious toffee flavour, ensuring that this ale sits right at top of the pecking order. The pecking order. Rooster, love it. Doesn't have a list of ingredients. Allergy advice, it contains barley. They're making a deal of the fact that it uses 100% British barley, which is quite good. There is the number 4 bottle cap. They've also got an IPA in the range. There's a porter, I think, in the range. I think I've reviewed both of those already. But this is their Ruby Rooster Ruby Ale, 3.8% ABV. Yeah, they're not bad, these things. I've had their IPA, which wasn't terrible. I've had their purple panther, I think it was called. I can't remember if that was a porter or a stout, but it was very good for the money. It's well worth it. So let's see if this Ruby Ale was any good. Let's get it out into a glass, see what we get. There was a little bit of smoke on the opening. It's got a lovely colour to it, this beer, I will say that straight away. Give it quite a strong pour and get a head on it. And there it is. There is the Ruby Rooster. That's quite a nice looking ale. It's maintained that finger of head just off white head. Hold it up to the light. Not massive levels of carbonation whipping through that. You might see a bubble or two, I'm not sure. Hard to pick up in that light. It's again, mahogany colour, dark brown, lots of red bleeding through it. That's quite nice to look at. Nice looking beer. Let's get an aroma. Yep, getting the toffee malt. Certainly getting a little bit of that crystal malt. Slight chocolatey aroma. Sort of plain chocolate as opposed to milk chocolate. A little bit of citrus in there with it as well. Not bad. Let's get a taste. Cheers, guys. Straight away that toffee malt really comes through. Then you're getting a little bit of the crystal malts, that kind of chocolatey taste. It's got a nice mouthfeel throughout. The carbonation levels work really well. It's quite smooth, not overly thin. I feel like this has improved. I've had this before. It's the first time I reviewed it, and I feel like they've improved this. I was almost waiting to say that it was very thin and watery. It's not. It doesn't taste particularly thin. It doesn't feel particularly watery. It feels like they actually cranked up the level of ingredients they put in this. So this is better than I expected it was going to be. So that's a pleasant surprise. Do you know what? It's actually really good. It's actually really good. It tastes thicker than it did before. There's like more to it. It's more substantial. There's more gone into it. I remember the last time I drank this, I was thinking to myself, I kind of get the feeling that Hatherwood have kind of held back on the ingredients because they know they weren't going to be selling it for a massive price. and any good business, you don't run at a loss, you try and make a profit. And I kind of had the feeling that Hatherwood were doing this with their beers in the past, where perhaps they were holding back on the amount of ingredients and things that were going into it because they knew they weren't going to make too much money back on it. But this is good. This is good. I feel like they've notched it up a gear. They've taken it up a level. I'm sure this stuff was about $1.10 a bottle, something like that. I can't remember exactly how much I paid for it. But this is really nice. It's got loads of toffee straight away. That's the first thing that comes out. There's lots of toffee. Excuse me. There's a little bit of citrus. It's quite fresh. It's quite crisp taste to it initially, and you get that toffee malt. There's a slight sweetness to it, not too sweet, but a slight subtle sweetness to it with the citrus and the toffee. And then those chocolate crystal malts really come in. It gives it that kind of cocoa-y taste. Not much in the way of hops or bitterness at the back. There's the toffee. There's the crystal malts. There's that little bit of chocolate. It's really drinkable. And it lingers. Don't say, it's a slight, very subtle bit of bitterness that lingers. It's still there. Still there. It's good. It's fruity. There's toffee with a slight bit of raisin to it. It's not massively complex. It's not a long one. But yeah, there's dark fruit. There's toffee malt, certainly. A little bit of citrus freshness initially. You're getting that little bit of crystal malt. Doesn't look like too much of the crystal malt has gone into it. That kind of crystal chocolatey note isn't particularly strong, but the dark fruit and the toffee do come through on it. And it definitely feels thicker, a more substantial flavour than since I've had this last. I feel like this has got better. I feel like they've put some more quality ingredients into this. Last time I had this, I specifically remember thinking how thin, watery it felt. Like they put right ingredients in it, but not enough. This time it feels like they've put more in. It tastes and feels like a better beer. I'm really impressed with this. Overly impressed with it. It's like I say, for around £1 a bottle. That is a very decent beer. And at 3.8%, I could happily drink a few of these. I could sit here, watch the rugby this afternoon and drink a few of them quite happily. Well impressed. Well impressed. Taking into account the price, and I definitely think this has improved. Because I've had this before. I've had this quite a few times over the years, and I think this has improved. I think they've improved the recipe slightly. I might be completely wrong. I don't know if anyone, any of my subscribers, drink this on a regular basis. But I mean, if you've had it, what do you think? Is it just my taste buds messing me about? I feel like this has got better. I feel like they've improved this. And as a result, putting all that together with the price of the stuff, the fact it's at a sessionable ABV as well, the flavour they've got in this for such a low alcohol content, I think that's cracking. I want to give that a 9 out of 10. So 9 out of 10 for Lidl or Hatherwood's Ruby Rooster Ruby Ale. Cracking beer, really nice, really good stuff. 9 out of 10 for that. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Give it a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you to those who have recently subscribed. I do appreciate it. I've got lots more coming. And as ever, drink your beer, and I'll see you soon. Cheers, guys.